Hi everyone, Linda from Let's Talk Prepping. And now that the midterm elections are over, even though we don't quite know the results yet, we do know the Republicans really have lost and nothing changes. So I'm trying to get you prepared now for what's coming. The president went to a climate agenda meeting and said that the U.S. is prepared to give billions of dollars for climate change, and we will not be using fossil fuels by 2030. So think about that. What does that mean? That means that if we're not going to have fossil fuels, or there are going to be fewer fossil fuels, it means that the oil companies are not going to be drilling, even if they're allowed to, because they're not going to make any money if they have to stop by 2030. It means that any refinery, they're not going to build any new refineries. Anyone now, something happens, a breakdown, it's not going to be worth their while to fix it because by 2030, they're going to be out of business. So what that means is we've got winter coming, we've got the cold weather coming, we've already got diesel shortages in some states, projected in other states. Heating oil is outrageous now. I got heating oil a year ago, June, and then when I just got it about less than a month ago, it more than doubled in price. It was like $6.36.9, something like that. So heating oil is really going to go up in price. If we have heating oil, it's going to be hard to pay for it. Natural gas is going to become scarce. Our electric company in the Northeast said that prepare for blackouts because they're not going to be able to get enough natural gas to make electric. So wherever your electric comes from, check and see what they're using for fuel. Are they using coal? Are they using natural gas? How are they producing it? Nuclear energy. And how is that going to affect you? And I'm telling you this now because now is the time to do something. Winter's not quite here yet, although it is getting colder by the day. Figure out how you're going to prepare yourself for this winter. How are you going to pay for the heating oil? How are you going to, if there isn't heating oil and they're rolling blackouts, how are you going to stay warm? You've got to prepare now. So what else happens now? Nothing's changing. I'm telling you, it's all going to get worse. I guess maybe it is changing because it's going to get worse. Gas prices are going to go much higher. We don't have any more gas to really take out of the strategic reserves. We've taken too much already. So prices are going to go up. And another big thing that's happening right now is our currency. 12 more nations just applied to become part of the BRICS. And the BRICS are Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and then at least 12 more nations and maybe more. They're going to have their own currency, which will be backed by commodities, gold and silver, things like that. So they can't just produce it at will like we can, just print. When that happens, we are going to be in big trouble. Our dollar is just going to collapse very fast. What used to be the petrodollar won't be worth anything anymore. So you've got to plan on that. That's something else that you have to think about. Now, that might not be short term like the heating oil, but it will affect you. So figure out how you're going to get around that. Are we going to be able to buy the currency that the BRIC nations will put out? Probably not, because they're going to try to protect the dollar. So see what you can do. Make sure that you have your food storage. If you have any extra money, maybe a little gold and silver might help. But think about how a collapse of our dollar, which will mean hyperinflation here, is going to affect you and what you can do about it. So nothing's changing except that we're probably closer to war than we've ever been, closer than we were at the beginning of the year. So we have that to worry about. Again, that's not in our control. We don't know when it's going to happen, if it's going to happen, but it's another thing that we have to prepare for. And how do we prepare for all these things? We buy try to be as self-sufficient as we can. We try to get food. We try to get a garden, a really good garden. Maybe we have animals, chickens, cows, whatever. Then we look for security. We see how we can protect what we have. The other thing that is going to happen, and we're going to have more of, is more government control. They are going to try to control every bit of our life. If they get the digital currency through, that will control us. If they don't get that through, they're going to do everything they can to control us. They're already watching you through your GPS on your telephone, on your cars. So government control is going to be a big thing. So how, again, are you going to stop the government from controlling you? Again, you've got to be self-sufficient. That's what you have to do. So you have to prepare now for all of this while there's still time. So nothing is changing. We're going to have more wokeness, I guess you would call it. I would never, if I had kids right now, I wouldn't put them in a school because the school systems are just out of control. They're brainwashing the kids. So think about maybe homeschooling your kids if you can do it. Maybe getting a group of people together and trying to homeschool. Just think about what you can do. Think about everything that's happening out there. And since nothing is really going to change for the better, it's going to change for the worse, but not for the better. Now is the time to get ready for it so it doesn't take you unaware and you can do something. If you have any comments, please let us know, and thanks for watching.